Welcome to Cooking in Harmony. It feels like it's been a really long time. It feels like it's been like 2 months, but technically it's only been a month. But without further ado, I know you see all this plantains going on, okay? We got some plantain things going on. And that's because today's episode is all about plantains, y'all, okay? So, do you know what plantains are? Have you ever eaten a plantain? Does this look like a banana to you? Well, that's because plantains are actually a part of the banana family. It's a large starch, very commonly used in African, Caribbean, Latin American cuisines. I grew up eating plantains, typically fried plantains, and yeah, this is such a delicious food item. It's so versatile. Today, I just want to show you all the versatility of plantains and 3 different ways you can actually prepare plantains in your own home. Okay, so one more thing you should know about plantains is that, yes, it's in the banana family, but you cannot eat it like a banana, okay? You can't just peel it off and take a bite. You can't eat this raw. Typically, you should cook it. I don't think anything will necessarily happen to you if you eat it raw, but in the same way you wouldn't really eat a potato raw, don't eat a plantain raw, okay? So, without further ado, let's get right into it, okay? So we have 3 different forms of plantains here. We have it in its unripened form, it's green. In its ripened form, yellow, with a few spots on it. And in its super duper ripened form, almost like black looking, okay? Now, plantains in this form is typically my favorite because it's the sweetest. Plantains in this form typically isn't my favorite because it's not sweet at all. This is when you're going for more of like a savory kind of dish, okay? But first, we're gonna start with our ripe plantain. Because typically, this is how you will likely encounter plantains in itself. And this is a dish we call fried plantains. And so, what you're gonna do is cut off the ends of this, right? I like slicing down the back here. You see how I did that? Just slice it down the back. And then you can just easily open it up. Now, we live in Vermont, right? So finding plantains, especially in the form that I'm holding right now, is kind of hard. You would likely find plantains here in a state like this, but you could easily turn this into this, all right? Actually, what we would do growing up is we would put a bunch of these in a black bag and put it in under our cabinet for maybe 2 weeks, and then boom, it gets ripe. Or you can put it in the oven and it gets ripe like that too. So we're gonna cut these diagonally, okay? I'm not gonna do the full thing. Maybe just, actually, I will do the full thing. Why not? Why not? But you see how I'm cutting it diagonally, y'all? Nice and simple. Simple like that. And at the same time while we're doing this, I put some oil in my nice electric pink skillet here, which, y'all, all these items you see here, you can get this on my Amazon storefront, okay? I love cooking with pink items. It just honestly encourages me to cook in the first place. So if you're ever like, whoa, that's a really cute electric skillet, or wow, that's a nice chopping board, you can get it. So feel free to head over to my Amazon storefront and you can get that. All right, so boom. Plantains are all sliced up. Now, I'm laughing because so much memories are coming back from when my mom would cook plantains for us, but I remember her slicing it up just like this, and then she would add some salt, just like as I'm doing now. And whenever she would turn her back, I would just grab one of these and put it right in my mouth. So no, you shouldn't eat it raw, but I actually really enjoyed raw plantains growing up. I loved taking food from my mom while she was cooking. It was so much fun because I was just so eager. My mom is such an amazing cook. She doesn't really cook for me as much anymore. I live here in Vermont. She lives in New York. But whenever I do go home, my mom always makes sure she cooks for me and my siblings. So I'm really thankful for that. So what we're gonna do is, my mom taught me when you're frying plantains, you'll probably put it in a frying pan, right? Just slide it in on the side like that. You see that? And now if you're scared, you don't want to use your hands, go ahead and load it up on a spoon like so. And just put it in on the sides. You don't want to plop it in because remember, this is hot oil, okay? But just put it in on the sides. And you don't need to fill, you're not deep frying these, but you're doing a little more than just pan frying. So you just want, you want a little bit more of oil, but not too much. So I'm just sliding it in on the sides here. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. You don't want to super duper overcrowd your pan. And so these are gonna go, I have this probably at like a medium high. You wanna keep your eyes on it, okay? And we're gonna let this go for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Nice and simple, like that. All right, y'all, so like I said, we have 2 more ways we're gonna go ahead and make this, these plantains. So it's just so versatile, right? So we have our first way going, frying plantains. This is a great side dish. I love pairing this with, Nigerian rice and stew like we had before. You can pair it with rice and beans. You can just eat it as is. In Nigeria, we have a pretty fun breakfast that we like to eat. So we kind of hook up scrambled eggs with onions and tomatoes and peppers, and we pair it with fried plantains. And we do that for breakfast. Very delicious. But guys, next up, we're gonna go with the green. We're gonna be making some plantain chips, y'all. I know, you're like, what? I know, you can make plantain chips. So, same thing. We're gonna cut it at the sides. Now, cutting a green plantain is a little harder than cutting a ripe plantain, and it's just because it's, not as ripe. So, the same way I scored the back, like so, we're gonna do that to multiple sides. We're also gonna score the front as well. And at the same time, y'all, I'm multitasking, but I'm keeping an eye on those plantains, okay? They're frying, they're doing their thing. They probably need another 2 more minutes on that side, and we'll flip it and keep it going. Okay, so then we're gonna score it on this side, okay? So I scored it in about 3 different areas. And so we're just gonna try our very best to take it off, okay? It might take a little bit, but it's fine. We're not in a rush. Are you guys in a rush? I'm not in a rush. We'll take our time. Take your time, okay? So I'm seeing that it's not fully just peeling off, so I might just end up just cutting it myself. Whoa, don't shake the table, don't shake the table. Okay, so I'm just slicing it off actually, but the scoring actually does help because it gives you a little bit more direction on where to slice, okay? And just watch all your fingers. You want plantain chips minus the fingers. Okay, so we're gonna keep cutting here. Keep doing our thing. Now, y'all, in this time that I've been kind of away, I would say, not really away, because we just filmed our April episode super duper earlier in the month, and we're filming this episode, our May episode, super later in the month, so it just feels like it's been such a long time. But what I've been doing all this time is I've been really gearing up for my business's summer vending season, as long as our catering season. Because as y'all know, during this time of month, this is when my business goes pretty crazy, okay? From vending at farmers markets, we were at the Winooski Farmers Market. We're gonna be there pretty much every month. I'm doing this very terribly. Don't. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. There's probably an easier way to do it that I'm just not doing it. But don't worry, we're not gonna waste any of this stuff. We're gonna claw it all out, okay? But I underestimated this. I don't really cook with green plantains too much. Like I said, not really my favorite way to consume plantains. But that doesn't mean you're not gonna love it, so I gotta show you. And I also gotta show you how far these plantains can go, because they can go pretty far. Okay, we're almost done here. Just gonna keep going until we get all that green off, okay? Because you don't eat the skin of that. Now, but when I was planning out this episode, though, I was kind of thinking about, like, what could we possibly use these leaves for? These plantain leaves. And haven't really thought about anything, but I'm gonna look into it because I love using food in its complete form, you know? It's cool. Okay, so we got a majority of that out. We're gonna really dig that out, but first, we're gonna do the first flip of our plantain. All right, so we're gonna flip all these over. We're still gonna give it some more time to cook. It's still doing its thing. I like it when it's like a little bit more tan. Okay, so we're just gonna flip all these over, nice and easy. And ideally, you wanna flip it away from you in case there's any oil splatter, okay? But we can kind of see that brown coming through already, you know? Flip it away from you, flip it away. Okay, great. Gonna let that keep doing its thing. All right, so let's work on these plantain chips, all right? That's about empty. Great, I'm trying to get all this out. Actually, we'll start here. Ha ha ha, boom. Okay. So, probably deal with that one too. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Very simple. We're gonna actually air fry these plantain chips because like I said, I wanna really show y'all the versatility of plantains. So we're gonna be using 3 different tools, plantains in their 3 different stages, okay? And we're really gonna make something happen here, all right? So, we're gonna air fry these, but before we do that, we're gonna cut these into very, very thin, extremely thin pieces, okay? Extremely thin, because we want them to, you know, really give chips. And if you don't know, you know, plantain chips, you can buy this at the store if you like. All right, so we have our little rack here. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's slice this up nice and dandy. All right, so I'm cutting them really, really small, guys, very small. Okay, I'm gonna even try to go thinner than that. A cool trick though, if you're not wanting to use a knife here, is that you can use a potato peeler and just kind of go along the sides. It gives you nice, even strips. But this is for if you don't want to do that. Go ahead and just grab you a little knife. Cut it nice and small, thin, very, very thin. Nice. Those plantains are doing great. You see that? Super thin. You see how thin that is? That's ideal right there. Boom. So yes, Harmony's Kitchen, my soul food catering business. We've been gearing up for the catering season. So far at the start of this, because we started our vending season kind of in May, we've done the Winooski Farmers Market. We've also done Old Spokes Bike Bloom event, where we were the sole vendor. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Old Spokes and the Intervale Center. They're currently doing a fundraiser though, guys, for their amazing organization. So if you're able and willing, please consider donating to Old Spokes. They're a great organization in our community, as well as the Intervale Center. We're actually gonna be heading to the South End Get Down soon as well, which is one of my favorite vending events of the season. It's super well attended. It just feels, it's like a block party that happens every Friday. So it's a lot of fun, lots of fun. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check on our little plantains again. They are coming out beautifully. Now, you don't have to flip them as many times as this. I tend to, sometimes if you can really time it right, you would only have to flip it 1 time, right? But for me, I really like to make sure that the color is well-rounded. So I don't mind flipping them multiple times if it means that they're gonna be properly cooked and the color is gonna come out nice, okay? So I'm flipping them once again. And if you have your temperature of this a little higher, they will cook faster. But with that comes the possibility of them burning. And plantains are very, very easy to burn, okay? They just burn, they can burn really fast. So that's why I'm cooking them on more of like a medium. I'll flip them multiple times. Boom. All right, so these are almost all chopped up, okay? So cool. Just the versatility of these, versatility. Boom. Something else I've been doing a lot, y'all, is, you know, as some of you may know, I'm currently serving as Miss Black Vermont. And so I've been gearing up and preparing for nationals, which happens in August in Washington, D.C. So we are just, you know, just about 2 months away. June, July, yeah, just about 2 full months, I guess, away from this big competition. And, you know, I'm very excited. Vermont hasn't really been on this national stage in nearly a decade. So I'm very excited to be representing Vermont in this national competition. So what I'm doing here, y'all, is we're gonna add some salt, add some black pepper. This is how I wanna do my plantain chips, okay? Sometimes people add some garlic. You can do that if you like, for more of a garlic-y flavor. And then we're gonna add some Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, okay? My mom hates this brand name. She does not like it, and rightfully so. All right, but I love the seasoning now. All right, so we're gonna put this here. We're gonna load up our air fryer tray. I just wanna dump it. I'm gonna dump it, cool. Yeah. So typically, what I would suggest that you do is add a little spritz of oil, okay? Add a little spritz of oil, that'll be good. All right, so we're gonna put this in an air fryer for about 10 to 20 minutes, and we're gonna see what it's given. And we'll be back. Welcome back. So our fried plantains are just about done. So we're gonna fish these bad boys out, okay? And when you're taking your plantains out, put them on a nice, you know, paper towel so that it will suck up all of that oil. So just as I'm doing here, look how beautiful that color is, guys. Like, absolutely beautiful. I'm loving this. I'm gonna take it all out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nice. And so these are gonna be nice and sweet and delicious. I'm so excited to show y'all that. But look at that. Look at those plantains, guys. Don't they look yummy? They look splendid. Yay! So, first way to make plantains, done. Beautiful, amazing. We're gonna let that oil drip, dry on this paper towel. We're gonna put it to the side, and we're gonna move on to our third way of making plantains, all right? Now, I wanted to show y'all how you could, you know, have a little breakfast, all right? So we're gonna make plantain waffles with our final super ripened plantain. First things first, let's go ahead and get this. We're gonna go ahead and cut this plantain the same way we've been doing. This will not be as hard as the green one, but we're gonna score it like so. It will be a tad bit mushy. So you know how you really wait until bananas get super ripe to make banana bread? Think of this as like kind of a similar concept with making plantain waffles, all right? So we have it in our bowl here. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to mush this up, okay? We're gonna mush it up. Get it all nice and mushy. As y'all remember, I kind of was doing something similar in a previous episode when I had my puppy, Marty McFly, here. We were mashing up some bananas to make some pancakes. So it's pretty similar. This is what this is reminding me of. So we're just gonna mash that up, okay? Our waffle iron is already going. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Mash that up. Boom, boom, boom. This is an arm workout. Speaking of my puppy, Marty McFly, his birthday, y'all, is coming up this weekend, and I'm so excited. He is turning 2 years old. And he's such a cutie pie. Oh my gosh, our plantain chips are already almost done. I'm so excited. Okay, so that's all mashed up. You see that? Maybe the exception of that. Okay, so mashed up. Next thing's next. We're gonna add, whoa, that didn't go as planned. We're gonna add an egg. Oh my gosh, that was supposed to be so much smoother than that. Messy. So we're gonna add an egg. We're gonna add a little bit of milk. Okay. We're gonna add some flour. And then we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. Yum. Add a tiny bit of baking powder. And then we're gonna give that a good mix, okay? Let's see what we have here. I guess we'll keep using this bad boy. All right, let's give that a good mix, all right? So we're mixing that together, all those ingredients. Oh, and add a little bit of cinnamon too, guys. That'll be super yummy. All right. Oh, wow, look at that, guys. See how we're really using that plantain? So we're gonna keep going until everything's all nicely incorporated. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk to help with this. See that? Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. I love being able to use foods in so many different ways. When we talk about sustainability, when we're talking about, surviving, when we're talking about the future of humanity, and more specifically, I love talking about Afrofuturism, like Black people in the future, considering this is a staple in a lot of Black households, African, Caribbean, Latin American. Plantains will be in the future, okay? It's such a sustainable dish. It can be used in so many different ways. It's, vegan, gluten-free. This isn't, but, Okay, so that is all nicely incorporated. I'm just gonna take a little bit out to make sure that we don't completely spill it in our little thing that we have going on here. And so this is already an oiled up, we might need a little bit more, but this is already an oiled up waffle maker, okay? So we're gonna pour our beautiful creation in here. I'm gonna add a little bit more too. Ooh, that's fun. All right. Amazing. How fun. All right, guys, so that's gonna do its thing. It's gonna cook. We're gonna be back and we're gonna see everything all laid out. I'm gonna show you all 3 items, all displayed. Great, see you back. All right, guys, welcome back. So here we have it all. From one plantain, we have 3 different amazing dishes, okay? We have our sweet plantains. We have our plantain chips. We have our plantain waffle. Y'all, if that's not beauty, if that's not amazingness, I don't know what is, all right? So, let's talk about each. Right here, we have our sweet plantains. Super yummy, super sweet, perfect for side dishes. I love pairing these with savory dishes because I feel like it just adds to that meal. I love eating this with, say if you're eating like a fried rice, if you're eating Nigerian rice and stew, if you're gonna try out that recipe that I did on one of our previous episodes, perfect dish to pair that with. What else? So much more. Eggs in the morning. Go ahead, go crazy. In my culture, we call this dodo, all right? Now, we have our plantain chips, all right, guys? We air fry these. You can also fry them just as we fried our sweet plantains. And let's see if they're chips. That's a little break, okay? I would say that's a chip. All right, so we prepared this with our green plantains, y'all. Super yummy, super delicious, great snack. If you're looking for a healthier snack, maybe something that's gluten-free, something that, just to switch it up, why not? Go ahead and get and make you some plantain chips, all right? Boom. And now, this is probably my favorite, plantain waffle. Now, I grew up eating sweet plantains. I grew up eating plantain chips, but guys, I did not grow up eating these plantain waffles, okay? So when I found out that we could make plantains in such a versatile way to the point that it's an American staple, waffles, I was thoroughly impressed. So yes, that's what we have here. And this smells so good. But guys, there we have it. If you didn't know anything about plantains today, I'm really happy that I got to introduce you to this amazing, amazing food staple. And now you've seen all the amazing ways you can prepare it. You can find plantains at your local Asian markets. Go ahead and be like, hey, I saw Harmony's episode on Cooking in Harmony and I want to make some plantains. If you're looking for the sweet plantain, if you want to make these sweet plantains, go with the yellow. Plantain chips, go with the green. Plantain waffles, go with a super ripened version of all three. Okay, so there we have it, guys. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been hearing all the love, around the state, from me being Miss Black Vermont to my business Harmony's Kitchen to Cooking in Harmony, and I really appreciate all of your support. It's wonderful to live in this state and to be so loved in this community. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.